It's shiny, it's smooth, it's beautiful, and it's so delicious.
Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Knorpp and South. Today is a hot, sunny day, and some friends invited us over for dinner tonight, and tomorrow night we have some friends coming over. And both nights, both the friends we're going over to tonight and the friends that are coming over tomorrow night are gluten-free. And so I am going to make my first ever gluten-free pie. I'm actually making a chocolate tart, though I consider tarts a type of pie. Using gluten-free Oreos as the crust, so that should be fun. I do not think that will taste any different than the normal Oreo crust, or I trust that it won't. And also, while I was at it, I have some pie crust in the fridge, and I wanted to make some little hand pies. I always like having some treats out that people can have just whenever. And so I'm gonna make some easy Nutella, or Nutella, however you say it, hand pies where you're just cutting out some circles, putting some Nutella, and I'm gonna do some chopped up hazelnuts in there for some crunch as well, and baking them. And I figured I might as well take you guys along for the baking process. And you can hear Pearl practicing flute in there, and you'll probably hear a lot of other people because not only is it summer, but we're homeschoolers, so people are always gonna be around. I will share the recipes for these things in the description, and I also share links to just my basic chocolate tart video where I kind of walk through everything on how to make it. It's gonna be exactly the same, except I got a package of gluten-free Oreos instead of regular Oreos. Super simple. One of the most therapeutic things in the world for me is baking, which I did not know about myself until a few years ago. But if I'm in a grumpy mood and I don't know what to do, I say a prayer, and so often after I say the prayer, the Lord says, go bake something for your family. And it works. It makes me feel better. So if you haven't tried that yet, it's pretty therapeutic. So I will also share a link to this apron. I love it. I have one in red and one in this color. It's one of my favorite aprons to wear because it covers me all around. And it looks pretty with my dresses, and I often find I'm leaning against things or bumping into things, and it's got me covered so I don't get dirty. And it's a really nice cottony, linen-y material. So I'll share a link to that too. But let's get going. I'm gonna start first with creating the crusts, and I'll probably just do two right now. I'm gonna bake the crust for the Oreo tart, or the chocolate tart, set that aside, and then work on the hand pies, because those need to cool before I can put the chocolate ganache inside of the crust. So anyways, let's do it. One of the best things I've done recently is that for my birthday, I asked for a bunch of binders because I had one binder for recipes and then I moved it to two, one that was just for desserts and one was for everything else. And they were getting insane and bulky and falling apart. And so as you can see here, I now have 6 binders and I am very happy. I have my own binder for pies, sweet pies, because if you haven't been around here, I make a lot of pies. So yeah, highly recommend doing something like that. One of the best parts about this tart is how simple it is. It's like you're gonna melt some butter, put the Oreos in here and make the crust, and then make a ganache, which really takes just like 2 minutes. Put it all together. But it is one of the most delicious and decadent desserts you'll ever have. And because it's a tart and people don't make tarts that often, it seems really impressive and like you made something very special, which is always fun, you know? You know, you bring a tray of brownies, everybody's like, oh, brownies, yummy. But you bring a chocolate tart, a chocolate ganache tart, and people are like, wow, this is amazing. So keep that in mind. I definitely suggest you try it. Often at Thanksgiving, we'll make lots of pies, and we'll make fancy pies and beautiful pies, but the chocolate ganache tart is always everybody's favorite. Also, for the record, I just had the kids try these, said they can't tell any difference in the gluten-free versus the regular Oreo, so. And especially when you pour a chocolate ganache inside. Super great. Could you crush these by hand? You could, but you want to make sure that they're really finely crushed. You don't want any big chunks in the crust when you are eating the tart. You want it to all be really uniform. So I'm just putting it together with the melted butter. And we're gonna put these in tart pans. Tart pans make the prettiest desserts, but they're so simple to use. You have this, and you have this. You put it together. We don't need to butter it or anything because there's enough oil or fat in the Oreos, so we'll just spread that with the butter. We'll spread that in there. We'll bake it for a few minutes. You can actually make this without baking it, but I think that it's just easier to work with, and I think it's kind of got a nice crunch to it. So the hardest part really is having room in this for your fridge once you poured the ganache in. And for that, I recommend, and I'll share a link to this as well because I use it all the time, something like this. You can use it for cupcakes or pies or tarts, and be able to put this in the fridge and keep it cool, because if you put a layer of plastic wrap over it, the plastic wrap sticks to the top of the tart and kind of messes with the look of it. So highly recommend this. I got it on Amazon, so check out the link below. Honestly, at a certain point, my hands just work best. So make sure your hands are clean, and then use those babies. Unlike a pie where you want to make a cute edge, the tart pan itself has this cute little fluted edge. So you just want to push it up a little bit in the pan up the sides, and you will get that darling edge when you pull it out of the pan. That is part of why tarts look so impressive. Okay, let's stick those in the oven. Oh, I forgot to chop the hazelnuts.
That's good.
Yeah. Warm in here. Too big. Okay, the hand pies are in the oven. Almost done, actually. And this is the simplest thing in the world to do. I am going to, the recipe that I have in the link says 1 part like milk chocolate, 1 part dark chocolate. That's called semi-sweet. So I just use semi-sweet chocolate chips, and it's super simple. And then you're going to melt some butter and some cream until they're just lightly simmering. Well, I'll just show you. All I'm going to do is stir this until the butter is melted and I see it simmering, and then I'm going to pour it over the chocolate. Super simple. I'm just seeing some little bubbles. That means we're ready to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour it over my chocolate. And then I'm gonna let it sit there for a full minute without doing anything. Okay, I've been letting it sit there, and this is where the magic happens. I'm gonna start stirring it. And you're going to think it didn't work because it's just going to be separate and stringy and milky. As I keep stirring, it's going to turn into an incredibly luscious ganache. You didn't believe me, did you? Oh, it's beautiful. One of the most beautiful things I make in the kitchen. Look at this. Shiny, it's smooth, it's beautiful, and it's so delicious. Now I've got to try to get it evenly between these 2 tarts. So good. Looks like I have just over 4 cups. Fun to make these into little mini tarts, huh, Jude?
Yeah. Shiny and decadent.
Now, I'm a little behind. We have dinner in 3 hours. Usually you want at least 4 for these to cool. So I'm going to put them in a freezer for like 30 minutes, and then I'll move them to the fridge for the rest of the time. Are you waiting for this?
Maybe.
I think these they look delicious already, but I think they would really benefit from, you can't see the sparkle. I don't know why cameras don't. They have a sparkle from that sugar. Just a Nutella drizzle. So I'm gonna make one really quick and then drizzle them over just to make them look an extra bit of delicious. But I really like how the scallops turned out. That was cute. Okay, I made a glaze per ChatGPT's instructions, but it's pretty thick still. I want to control it a little bit more than that, so I'm going to use a lunch baggie, like a pastry bag, and cut a little corner in it. But this is way more than I needed. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of this. These are just slightly warm to the touch. I'm going to take my baggie. That's maybe not as tiny as I was hoping.
That looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Looks good.
Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. Would you like a Nutella hand pie?
Mmm.
This is my second batch. I turned the oven up a little bit and I think those are prettier.
Wow. Those look like they came out of a bakery or something.
I know, right?
Look-
Pearl, do you want one?
These look legitimate.
And then I had just one left and I halved it. I think that's actually pretty cute.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it too.
I put some hazelnuts in there so you'll have a little crunch. Can you see? Have it?
Can you crunch
That's
it?
good. That's really good. Like nutty.
They're kind of warm.
Yeah, they're still kind of warm, so I wanted you to try them then because you'll have them over the next few days.
Mmm. They smell really good.
Can I see the inside?
Mmm.
That looks yummy.
Mmm. 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 That's really good. There's all sorts of stuff coming together on that. Got the crust is really good. The Nutella's good.
The crunchy sugar
I like
on
the
top.
crunchy sugar on top, yeah. And then the nutty nuts
hazelnuts.
Mmm. Mmm.
And Pearl said they're super good.
Mmm. Mmm. Mmm.
Yes.
The Nutella's so good
Mm-hmm.
with the pastry.
This is what you wish stuff out of a bakery tasted like.
Yeah, you like see it. and
It
then
looks like it should be like this, but it's usually dry and not a ton of
flavorless.
taste. But this is it right here.
And we're just about to go.
Whoa.
That's set up. I'm just gonna pull it out of.
This is scary.
Cute.
Let's see. Let's go close up. Even better. Yes. Okay.
So we'll take it over to our friends. It's really nice not to have to make dinner.
I know, totally. That doesn't happen very often.
No. So that was our day. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for always supporting the channel. I hope you saw how easy these were to make, and they're super cozy and super fun to have around the house. So until next time, guys, bye.